Hello friends, hope you all are good. So in the series to analyze the paper of Prelims 2023, today we are going to look into the polity questions. We have already done the questions of history, the first few questions of history that were there. We have already covered the sources for history and how to prepare them. So today we will be covering the part of polity. So let's start. So this will be the agenda for the day. First we'll be looking into the sources of the questions for polity that came in 2023. उसके बाद हम देखेंगे how to balance between the static and current part of the polity, of course. So we don't have to hunt for resources. Again we'll be following the same 1S1R formula. ये क्या है आपको थोड़ी देर में पता चल जाएगा. Then after we'll be looking at the process of time management. Now this is a very crucial aspect, especially it is about polity, which has got a huge weightage in the prelims paper. Around 15 to 20 question is a must from polity, so we need to give some good amount of time. तो हम देखेंगे कैसे हम टाइम मैनेजमेंट कर सकते हैं. At last we'll see at the strategy that we need to follow, and trust me, polity is one subject where it is very easy to score 100% marks. So if you are getting around 15 questions in polity in prelims 2024, it is easy to score 15 out of 15 if you follow a smart strategy. Of course, you need to strategize the things, and if you follow a smart strategy, it can easily be scored. So scoring 100% marks in polity is not a big deal. So let's see how we can do it. First, going for the sources of the day, let's see from where the questions came. So this is the first question of polity. The question is about due process of law. Now again, the question is directly from Lakshmikant. It is not at all a difficult question. Now due process of law, if you remember, earlier we had procedure established by law. This was changed to due process of law in Menaka Gandhi case. So this was an easy question that can be traced directly to the basic source, that is Lakshmikant, nothing else. Now if you go for the next question, again second question, this question is regarding prisons. So as you can see, prisons is a important topic these days. Now this question can be traced directly to this source, prison reforms, and this is nothing but PT 365. So you can see the questions were directly from PT 365. Now if you see the first statement says that the prisons are managed by state governments. Now you see the prison is a state subject. Now directly from this point, it is a state subject. And secondly, it is governed under the Act, Prisons Act 1894. Again you can see governed by Prisons Act 1894. So you can say the questions were directly from the main source, that is PT 365. That has to be your one-stop solution for current affairs. You don't need to cover newspapers, etc., etc. I'll discuss why I'm saying that. And you can see this is the first page of the topic in PT 365. So starting के पेज में ही आपको इसका आंसर मिल जाएगा. So you don't have to hunt for resources. Just follow the basic resource, that is Lakshmikant and PT 365. How to do it, that we'll discuss later after this part. So you can see, if we go to the next question, again this is the third question. If you see this question is about the purpose of constitution in a country. Now this question is a repeated PYQ, and not only a PYQ, these questions come almost every alternate year. Almost every alternate you will find a question on constitution or constitutionalism. So this constitutionalism is a frequent topic in UPSC. So you'll find it almost every alternate year. Now again, if you look at this, the chief purpose of constitution you'll find. Now this is a direct question from Lakshmikant. It is given in NCERT, Lakshmikant everywhere. Now this is also PYQ based question. If you can see, this is the topic, and if you read into it, you will find about constitutionalism. So this is a frequent topic. This is the power of PYQ. So if you solve PYQ, you will get almost this question almost every alternate year. Almost every alternate year UPSC gives a question, this question, same question, only the wordings will be changed and the question will be exact same. So if we go to the next question, again this question is regarding the constitutional amendment that was used mainly to overcome the judicial interpretations of the fundamental rights that were given by Honorable Supreme Court. This is a basic question that can be solved by the basic resource, that is Lakshmikant. It is directly given, so you don't have to hunt for the resources. Now if we go to the next question, again a very easy question. You have to tell about the constitutional bodies. So which out of the four bodies are the constitutional bodies? Now if you see Lakshmikant, it is directly given. These are the constitutional bodies. So had you just read the index of the Lakshmikant, the unit of constitutional body, you could have easily answered this question. So this was a pretty easy question that could have been solved only by reading the Lakshmikant. That too only by reading the index of the Lakshmikant. Again, a question directly from the basic resource. Now if we go to the next question, yes. So if you see the next question, this is about president. Again, the president topic is same in the Lakshmikant. It is given. It is a very basic resource and everybody reads this chapter. Again, the only sentence that you would have faced issue is the second point. Otherwise, the first and the third statement are given in the Lakshmikant. Again, to solve the question, you would have got bare minimum idea by reading the Lakshmikant. So everybody who has read Lakshmikant would have done almost the first and third statement. You just had to cope with the second statement and you would have been done with this. Again, the question can be directly traced to the Lakshmikant, and the second statement which was difficult for someone who has read only Lakshmikant would have been difficult for everybody else क्योंकि सबने सेम ही रिसोर्स पढ़ा है. So nobody would have got this answer directly, but majority of them would not be knowing this statement. So this was a no-brainer. So if nobody knew it, then again you have to apply your basic understanding to solve this question. Again, if we go to the next question, now in this question the question is directly about finance bill and money bill. Again the same thing, Lakshmikant basic resource. It was also a part of vision test in test number 3785. So again Lakshmikant remains the Bible for polity and you have to do nothing apart from Lakshmikant. So Lakshmikant has to be done wholeheartedly. Again, if we go to the next question, you see this question. This is regarding the community reserve. It could have been solved by following this source PMFIS, but I don't think everybody reads this resource, so let us not take it into a usual resource. ये question mainly पूछा गया था because there was an amendment made to the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 last year, so that is the reason for this question. तो किसी ने भी जिसने भी इसे अच्छे से पढ़ा हुआ इस अमेंडमेंट को, WPA अमेंडमेंट को, वो इसे इजीली सॉल्व कर पाएगा. So this was not a tough question. So again we can see the questions directly came from the basic resources. Again, this WPA amendment part was covered in PT 365. So जिसने भी PT 365 पढ़ा है, they could have easily solved this question. Again, this was not out of the basic resource. So PT 365 is something that everybody almost reads. So again, it can be considered as a question of basic resource. Again, if we go to the next question, this is a question about scheduled areas. So again, this is directly from Lakshmikant. The topic of 5th schedule and 6th schedule, this chapter could have been read. In this second statement would have given some trouble, otherwise first statement and third statement directly Lakshmikant में दिया हुआ है. So one could have easily solved this. The basic resource remains the Lakshmikant and nothing else. Now if we go to the last question for the day, last question of polity, you see this question is again regarding the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Now this question is directly given in Lakshmikant. If you read the topic of Supreme Court, you could directly answer this question. Again, this was part of vision test number 3785 also. Again, the question remains, what are the sources? The sources remain the same. Lakshmikant is the most important resource. You have to by heart Lakshmikant anyhow. And for current affairs, you can rely totally on PT 365. This is a one-stop solution for current affairs. You don't have to hunt for resources. I don't think newspaper is any way useful. कुछ लोग मुझे पूछे थे what about newspaper. In my last 3 attempts, I never read newspaper and I was able to score good in prelims. So I don't think there is any need for reading newspaper. And you need to understand, coaching institutes give lakhs of rupees for the people who are making this magazine. So why to reinvent the wheel? There is no need to reinvent the wheel. What we need to do, just keep reading this resource. So you have to do nothing but बस PT 365 पढ़िए, because around 95% of applicants are reading this resource only. So the question is not what you are not able to solve. The question is, if you read PT 365, any question that you are not able to solve from this resource will not be solvable by anybody. So again, the competition remains the same. You have to understand it is a relative game in a competition. So Lakshmikant for static and PT 365 for current affairs will be the last resource for polity for prelims 2024. Nothing more, nothing less. Now this part is done. Now see, this is the Telegram challenge that you need to follow in order to get everything. When I say everything, means everything. Your entire preparation for prelims 2024 will be sorted if you follow this Telegram channel. Now this Telegram channel, now you'll get this PDF here. Apart from this, if you see, आपको कुछ नहीं करना, you just have to follow this Telegram channel and nothing else. I have already given the sources for history. Today it is done for polity. Now you can tell me in comment section which is the next subject that you want, including PYQs, Prelims 2023 paper, sources and strategy, everything. And you need to understand one thing. When I say the sources remains this, you have to understand you don't have to get bogged down by the multiplicity of the resources. Do not get bogged down by that. You don't have to go for multiplicity of the resources. एक चीज़ आपको समझनी पड़ेगी. The ultimate formula is 1S 1R, which I always say, that is one subject, one resource. That's it. Don't go for any misguidance. There are a lot of rapid courses, or you can say marathon courses, or what we call the buzzword crash courses. Trust me friends, you don't need to buy any of this. No crash courses, nothing. आपको सिर्फ इतना पढ़ना है, that's it. You have to keep following this series of prelims, and most important thing is you have to follow this Telegram channel and nothing else. You'll get each and everything here, including PT65, its analysis, the current affairs, everything you need will get in this. So you'll get the PYQs, etc. I've already given the PYQs for history. Today I'll give for polity, and get everything. Just mention in the comment which is the next subject that you want, and you'll get everything here. Don't need to do anything, just follow this. That's it. And if you need anything, strategy for anything, or anything that you want to ask or something, you can write it in comment section. Comment section is always open for you, and I am assuring you that I'll reply back within a day or two. You just have to write it in the comments. That's it. That's all from my side, friends. If you want to ask anything, you can write in comments. Otherwise, I'll be coming with the next subject, whatever you say in comment section. So thank you. And अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा, then you can please subscribe it. Thank you.